Hey guys, welcome back to another Digimon Rearise video. So we got some news. I mean, I think it's still maintenance right now in the game as I am recording this, but we already got leaks for our next banner and stuff. And it seems like, when does the maintenance even go till? 20... Oh, there's like one more hour at the time of this recording. But our next banner is leaked already, and it's going to be a limited summon for an increased chance for Shinegreymon chain. So Shinegreymon is coming. Could be our next banner. So if there's any Shinegreymon fans, this is your chance to get Shinegreymon with a decent, okay-ish chance, right? So along with Shinegreymon Clash Battle as well, he has his own DGV code, very well deserved. It is one of the protagonists is Digimon, right? So gotta give it to him. So, pretty interesting. So, this one, I think, just comes at a really weird time. Like, it's one right after Halloween. A bunch of us probably spent a lot of our Digirubies on the Halloween banner on Piedmon and Creepymon, right? So, not sure if folks still have a lot of your Digirubies left, but anyways, let's go ahead and check out Shinegreymon on the JP website. So Shinegreymon, HP 5,720, power 3,520, defense 1,339, and speed 27. Do these stats look familiar? If you said yes, then, well, check out Wargreymon stats. Still the brave one. 5,720 HP, 3,520 power, 1,339 defense, and 27 speed. Exact same stats. Like, copy, paste, make it shine a bit, head a bit smaller, and give it some wings, and boom, Shinegreymon. So let's check out the moves, if there's, any difference here. So main Jogre Sword, well, again, this is just Japanese translation of the move names. They might be different on global. 460% damage to single enemy, 60% chance of giving burns to single enemies for 2 turns, increase own crit rate by 50%, 2 turns, really, really nice move. And then your sub skill, I'm not going to read the names anymore since they're Japanese translated, might be super weird. Let's just talk about the sub skills. Damage to 4 enemies by 100, just 100. Again, this is Google Translate, worded weirdly. So basically what it means is 160% damage to 4 enemies, 20% increase in counterattack for all allies for 2 turns, and then passive is all allies immune to poison 3 turns, right? So let's compare these moves to Wargreymon again. Unfortunately, Shinegreymon, you will be compared to Wargreymon. It is what it is. You guys got the same stats, and let's check out the moves. So Wargreymon's main, 460% damage to enemies. It's single target, right? If it's gonna be like more than one, that'd be crazy because it's 460% the multiplier. 460% to a single target enemy, 30% reduction in the power of enemy, along with 60% chance to stun enemies for 2 turns. And then the sub is 320% damage to a single enemy, increases your own power by 50% for 2 turns. And then passive, it disables, it says darkness. You know what it is, right? So, this is interesting. Like, their main skill is very similar. You got the same multiplier, single target, right? And for Shinegreymon, it's a 60% chance of burn, and then for Wargreymon, 60% chance to stun. And also, Shinegreymon gives you a 50% increase for your own crit rate, while Wargreymon gives you a 30% reduction in enemies' power. So honestly, in this scenario, when you are using your main, or after you use your main, I guess, unless you already have like a crit buffer, support, team buffer on your team, Shinegreymon going to deal slightly more damage. Well, more damage, I wouldn't say slightly, because you have the burn, right, which does a lot of damage, obviously. And then you also have the crit rate increase, which does all damage as well. But Wargreymon is just more, it's more defensive, right? You got that a 30% reduction in power, which is pretty huge if power, the enemy's power and stuff, right? And then you also have that 60% chance to stun, which again is also a more defensive move. So I don't know. It seems pretty clear that Wargreymon in the main skill, even though same multiplier, single target, this move is slightly more defensive, which I personally like a bit more than Shinegreymon just pure offensive, boosting your own crit, giving burns, which is still really really nice. You're gonna do a lot of damage with that. And again, same base power, so there's that as well. And also Shinegreymon power, not tech. And then for the sub skill, the sub skill is just much more different, right? So sub skill for Shinegreymon is an AoE attack against 4 enemies, 160%. And you guys know me, I like AoE attacks. They're incredibly strong in PvP, obviously, and also in Underworld at times, right? So 160%. It's not the greatest multiplier, I'd have to say, not that crazy of a multiplier. You probably would want to use your main skill first to increase your crit rate, and then go for that sub skill to try to do a bit more damage, because 160%, not the biggest multiplier in the world, but then again, you are hitting 4 enemies, to keep that in mind, and you have, decent base power with Shinegreymon, right? So there's that as well, and the 20% increase in counterattack of all allies is it's not bad. It's good. So overall, I would say depending on the scenario, like if you're going for, okay, here's my verdict in comparing Shinegreymon to Wargreymon. Wargreymon is really really powerful in clashes. You're dealing single target. You got 2 high multiplier single target moves, right? And this one also increases your own power by 50%, so it's not purely defensive. The main skill is defensive, well, except for the multiplier, the huge multiplier. But, you can increase your own power and then go for that, even deal even more damage with that. And Shinegreymon, your sub skill is not going to be that influential when you're doing Clash Battle, so not so much in Clash Battle. You might have a bit more use with Shinegreymon in Underworld and or PvP, right? But honestly, I don't know. Like, folks already have Wargreymon. Well, if you haven't, go pull Wargreymon. Like, it's a free Wargreymon on step 3. And also, do keep in mind, this is a limited summon, so there's also that to keep in mind as well. So I mean, he's Shinegreymon super super weird. Like, you have the AoE move, which is obviously useful in PvP, but then your main skill is a single target, which again, it's not bad in PvP per se, but high damage, you're still doing a lot of damage, but it just really doesn't fit the meta at the moment. So I don't know. I don't think Shinegreymon is that great of a pull. If you're free to play, I would suggest just save. Either save your Digirubies or pull on the Piedmon banner if you haven't got that big guaranteed Piedmon yet, or Wargreymon if you haven't got that guaranteed Wargreymon yet, I guess. Not too many people without that guaranteed Wargreymon yet, so go pull that instead, or save for future banners, or pull for plugins, whatever. So I wouldn't really suggest going for Shinegreymon. So, not sure when Shinegreymon would drop. Very likely whenever, the Piedmon, well, not the Piedmon, very likely whenever the Halloween Clash battle ends, Shinegreymon will drop, whenever that is. Again, games of maintenance, I can't really go in and check. But, that's oh, and do keep in mind, now that Shinegreymon dropped, stuff like Mirage Gaumon, right, it is very likely to drop as well soon, sometime, right? At least that's what happened on JP. It might be completely different on Global, so if he doesn't drop within a certain time frame after Wargreymon drops, or not Wargreymon, Shinegreymon drops, I wouldn't be surprised, but it's very likely that Mirage will drop as well soon. And Mirage, personally, let's just go over real fast. Much more HP, slightly less power, more defense, much less speed. And then also 460 damage single target, 40% lower defense, and then 40% lower block rate. That's actually really good in my opinion, especially in clash battles, right? That just makes Air Digimon obsolete in clash battles almost. And then you also got the sub skill, 210% damage to 3 enemies, reduce crit rate of 3 enemies by 20%. This is okay. Again, you're hitting one less enemy than Shinegreymon, but it's a better multiplier, right? And then the reduced crit rate, not the biggest deal in the world at the moment. And then, immune to burns for allies. So this is also something that could be coming in the future. So if you want to save for Mirage, I personally think Mirage looks a bit better than, well, not the looks. It just seems like a bit better than Shinegreymon, right? It's just more. It's just more interesting overall. So, anyways, that's me for this one. Let me know what you guys think about the Shinegreymon banner in the comments down below. Again, wouldn't really suggest pulling for him if you're free to play, but if you're a whale, you want to get every mega in the game, go for it. I'm not stopping you. So there's that as well. So, anyways. This is pretty cool, I guess. At least we'll get something fresh in the clash battles. And now that the single target, they're not going to stun us anymore, right, or freeze us. This is going to be a very prime opportunity for Creepymon to shine over here, right? It's going to be pretty fun. Have Creepymon redirect all the damage, and then have your team just go ham. And also Creepymon go ham as well. So anyways, again, that's me for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like if you did, subscribe to your channel for some more Digimon Rearise content. And I'll see you guys in the next one.